Hi, this is Dip Dive, and we are here with Kimberly Wyatt from the Pussycat Dolls and the Beautiful Movements channel on Dip Dive.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So, you have this wonderful channel on Dip Dive, and it's called Beautiful Movements. First of all, that is a great name
Thank you.
because it says so much about what you're portraying and what that site is about. But tell us a little bit about where you came up with the idea, the background of it, and your original vision of it.
Well, I really love to entertain people, and that's what I found a home with the Pussycat Dolls. I'm on stage every night, and there's thousands of fans screaming all over the world, and it was quite a journey of really understanding what a fan meant and what they mean to you. And I started out as such a shy kid, and I didn't know how to talk to people. I had a lot of things that I had gone through that kind of created a shell around me. And I had always continued to write. It was my way of kind of talking to myself, understanding myself, and kind of seeing what I had to offer the world. And it was finally when I broke through those barriers and found different ways and outlets of expressing myself, was when I found out that, fans are just the same kinds of people as me, and we're just, if anything, we're friends that have a passion for the same thing. I wanted a place to really express who I am and what I do and what I'm about. And so that's when I started kind of trying to think of a name, and it came with Beautiful Movements, because I do come from dance, but there's so many different movements of expression, as in writing, there's dance, there's music, there's singing, there's spoken word, there's poems, and I wanted to be able to create a site where I could have all of these things involved. And Beautiful Movements finally had its birthplace with Dip Dive, and ever since it's just kind of evolved, and it's been a great place for me to kind of tell my story, and in return really hear the stories of all the fans and the things that they've gone through, and together we're able to turn all the negatives into positives.
Wonderful. And I know on Dip Dive, your Beautiful Movements channel, you have not only webcam videos there too, but you also have blogs and you write back to your fans.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, which is really unheard of these days, with celebrities. And so tell us a little bit about the success stories that you've gotten from fans and people who have used this as an outlet for their creative source.
Well, it's funny because they say when you become a celebrity, you're untouchable and you're different from everyone else. But I just never could understand that, because I really just felt like a normal person. Nothing's really changed for me. If anything, I have more of a voice because I have more confidence by being able to live my passion and believing in my dreams and coming to this platform. As soon as I started getting all these emails and feedback, it's like I wanted to continue to give as much as I possibly could. In the beginning, I wanted a place where I could tell my story and have people write back to me, and I wanted to do like a young girls column, but the outlets and the people that I was trying to meet, it just wasn't happening. And I was like, well, what can I create where I don't have to rely on anybody? I can do whatever I want. And so that's when Beautiful Movements came about, and now I'm able to share any poems I have, any blogs that I have, because it really did start with writing, because I've kept a journal since I was a little kid, and I've never stopped, because it is a way for me to kind of work through anything that I'm going through. And like I said, like having a conversation with myself, because I really never had a lot of friends. I didn't know how to talk to people. I was always in my shell. And so with this,
A lot has changed since then.
it has. A lot has changed since then. And it's through those changes that I've learned, like, okay, I know what path I had to take in order to become the person that I am now. I want to be able to offer this plateau for anyone else that wants to break out of their shell, believe in their dreams, and really become something. So it means a lot to me to reach back to the fans, because they send me these emails and they tell me their stories, and people have gone through things that I could never even fathom, but I'm able to relate because a lot of the stories are similar through things that I've gone through. Or I have a lot of involvement with RAIN, which is rape, abuse, incest, and neglect, because when I was a kid, I did go through some things. At 3 years old, I was molested, and at 12, I had another incident, and it finally ended when I was working on a cruise ship, and someone tried to break into my room and rape me. And it was finally the stand. I was like, you know what, I'm not going to take this anymore. I went to the captain, and the guy ended up being deported back to Russia. And that's when I was like, I felt so it was so hard to get through, but finally standing up for yourself, it's not easy, especially when you're a young kid. You don't understand what's going on, what's happening to you, and you don't know how to deal with it. A lot of those cases, I'd say at least 85%, is because young girls go through these things. They don't know how to deal with it, so they go to an escape. They go to drugs, they go to alcohol, some way to just get away from this reality that they're living. A lot of blogs that I get back or emails are about girls that are cutting themselves, thinking suicidal thoughts, they don't know how to deal with these emotions. And so I wanted to create a place because of the experiences I went through, and knowing that I always just continued to believe in my dreams and go for my passions and put all this energy I didn't know what to do with into something positive that got me to this place of standing on stage and looking at all these thousands of fans, and they're all clapping and screaming for me. But really, they're like idolizing me, but I just feel that I'm the exact same as them. The only difference between them and me is that I had a passion, and I put all my energy into that in order to go somewhere instead of retreating and never living what you dream.